What's up guys, my name is Jason777 and in this video I'm going over exactly how you should build Valkyr. This is following up with her new rework, or not necessarily rework, but changes that make her really amazing. So as you can see here, the energy drain on Hysteria is what you really want to pay attention to, and the damage on Paralysis. The damage multiplier in Paralysis makes a huge difference when you get far into a survival, so make sure you take note in that, and make sure that you make the changes necessary to make her awesome. So I'm going to look at her build real quick. I just made a video going over the specifics on energy drain and how it works now. Basically, duration and efficiency affect the energy per second drain, not the overall cost of abilities, but the energy per second drain is affected by duration and efficiency. So as you can see here, I have only one damage mod on, oddly enough, and I only have 67% duration, but as you just saw, the energy drain was solid, so we're fine there. This is a one forma build on her. I didn't really put too much forma on her. I don't even have an Exilis mod on, so that's cool. This build is very solid. You're basically going to be entirely invincible while you're in a survival, and just be able to completely wreck people's faces with this build. Make sure you put on a good melee weapon, because her Hysteria is affected by your melee weapon. I'm going to be using my Prisma Dual Cleavers for this build, just to show it off to the max. Carrier over here is looking like a thug. Thought I'd throw that in there for you guys, because that's obviously important. Alright, so let's move into a survival. Alright guys, isn't it great teleporting? So we're already in this survival, and I'm going to just show you guys the basic mechanics of how to use this setup. So you click right, or swipe right, whatever your controls are, or click 4, whatever you're playing on, I don't really know. But you just whip out Hysteria, activate it with whatever button you use, and now you just run around and kill things. The crits hit pretty hard. You saw there it was 15,000. That was 14. That one went up to 30 for some reason. And that's without using paralysis. But oh, he died. Let me see if I can't use paralysis on one of them without Carrier shooting him in the face. Probably not, because Carrier's just a thug like that. Oh, here we go. It a lot of times does finishers, though. You saw there it was a 314,000 damage. That was definitely the number. You can rewind it if you'd like. And that's just like the base damage with paralysis on this ridiculousness. So if you want to do that, I suggest using it later on. It kind of takes a little longer to kill things, but like if you're encountering a heavy gun or Eximus or something, hit paralysis, get that execution on him, and then you can just be done with it. Hopefully I can get some enemies around me so I can demonstrate the energy consumption and how much you get back. You see there, I just picked up, I literally just killed like 4 enemies and I'm already over like 100 energy back. There's another 50 energy. So you get most of your energy back. Like, most likely you guys will be able to use Hysteria the entire game, and you're entirely invincible in Hysteria, so it's a little bit overpowered. I'm not entirely sure why they did this, or what made them think that that was, like, even remotely okay. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's like, I have a feeling they're just gonna immediately nerf this, just because of the fact that you literally are invincible in a survival entirely, and you do crazy damage to you. So, it's really dumb. The only thing I can see being an issue is nullifiers. Alright guys, I'm back later on in this video, in the same survival that I was just in, and Ripline does not go through the nullifier bubble, sadly. So you kind of have to just run up in there and smack him to death. That's pretty much the best way I find to kill him, is literally just run in there really quick and melee him to death and then run out. Or just reactivate Hysteria since the nullifier bubble's down. And I accidentally kicked out all my teammates because I went to turn on my music and it suspended Warframe and then kicked them. I was like, that sucks. Now combos with Hysteria, I wanted to put this in as like a little side note here. When you're fighting a tougher enemy, hold your block button and then spam your melee, and you'll do a combo that does a lot more hits, and it'll take down those tougher enemies a little easier. And another important note is when you're using paralysis, I keep calling it paralyze, when you're using paralysis on a heavy gunner or any enemy that really stomps, wait till after they stomp to use it, otherwise it won't work. So let me try to find a heavy gunner real quick and give you an example. I mean, you are invincible, so it's not like you really have to be in a rush. Oh, here we go. See, now he just stomped, now I use paralyze, and now I can execute him. I'll try to find another one so I can give you an example of why it doesn't work. I think it just doesn't stun them because they're in the middle of an animation or something, and you can't get that execution damage on them when you do it the other way, which is a little annoying. Okay, apparently there are none. Alright, here we go. So I use it on him now, and you see he's not stunned. I mean, I think he still takes extra damage, but it's not like insane. If I hold R2, I can do the crazy combo and just get mass hits on him. It's really helpful. And the nullifiers here, there's actually two ways you could kill them. You could either just run in there and just knock them out, or you could just sit there and melee the outside of their bubble, and it'll actually shrink it, and you can kill them that way really easily as well. When you need energy, by the way, since I'm playing solo, there's a lot less enemies, so there's a lot less energy dropping for me, and a lot less life support. The best thing to do is to take advantage of the fact that you have rage on, and just let the enemies shoot the hell out of you. Don't stand still though, because then they might put a little too much damage on you when you get really far. You kind of just want to limit the damage they're dealing to you. Apparently I just decided to execute that guy. Because of my Prisma Dual Cleavers with the perk I have on them that adds the Steel Meridian buff thing, it refills my health for me. So I don't actually have to use Life Strike while I'm meleeing normal. I can just let the enemies take my health down. As you can tell, they're having a little trouble with that, but if I stand here for a second, they take down a lot of my health. I can just go into Hysteria, and you don't have to channel with Hysteria, by the way, to refill your health if you're wondering about that. You can just run around and melee normally, but you can channel and get some extra damage, and you can hold R2 to get even more extra damage. That Ancient made that completely look like I had no extra damage because he's a dick. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is actually the end of the Valkyr build. So I should be following up right after this again with more builds. I have a few different builds in mind, so make sure you guys subscribe and like the video if you did like the build. Hopefully I can get the other ones a little shorter. I'm sure this one's going to be a little longer than I intended. I'm aiming for 5 minutes. Let me know if you guys would like these builds to be longer than 5 minutes and more in depth, or if you'd like them to be shorter and just cut to the chase of the build really quick. I kind of think it's nice to explain how to use the build as well, because just giving you a flat build is kind of like, you know, oh that's nice, but if you don't know how to use the build, you won't really be able to fully take advantage of all the little bonuses of using this build. Where is this Ancient? Making this guy never die. Alright guys, anyway, I'll see you later. I'm about to lose this because I didn't grab any life support. Oh yeah, I definitely lost. That sucks.